The cancel culture going after Dr. Suess tonight. Accusations that the beloved children's author was insensitive, at the least, over his portrayals of some minorities have led the business that handles his works to announce it will stop publishing some of his books. We look at the situation tonight with Fox News media analyst and host of Fox's Media Buzz, Howard Kurtz.
Theodore Seuss Geisel, better known as Dr. Seuss, is one of America's most beloved children authors, including by today's politicians.
I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them. Sam, I am.
I'm delighted to share today's book, Oh, the Places You'll Go, by Dr. Seuss.
Do you know this book? Do you know it?
But President Biden, unlike his two predecessors, issued a proclamation that removed any mention of Seuss for Read Across America Day after growing criticism.
I think it is important that children of all backgrounds see themselves in the children's books that they read.
Dr. Seuss Publishing, which controls his legacy, said today, on the late author's birthday, it's halting publication of And to Think I Saw It on Mulberry Street and 5 other books because of racist imagery, saying these books portray people in ways that are hurtful and wrong. Critics say...
Hey guys, it's Miss Coconut. How are you doing? I'm doing well. So by now you all have heard the hoorah ha ha about Dr. Seuss, and they're going to be taking away some of the books out of publication. If you have any of those books, hold on to them. They're going to be valuable. Well, you know what was interesting to me? Like, Biden is like suppressing the information. Obama was uplifting the information. Okay, here's the crazy part. These books, not just the 6 that are mentioned or however many it is, these books are full of imagery that is very, very much eye-opening and cringe-worthy. The characters always look scary and crazy. The themes are always a little dark. And it's kind of like an Alice in Wonderland type story all the time, in the fact that it doesn't seem to go anywhere all the time. Okay, so like, for example, let's talk about Cat in the Hat, which is very famous. That whole story is about a stranger coming into the home. So let's get this straight. Parents left their underage children in the home alone. A stranger came. I guess he's in a suit, right? Because humans don't walk around looking like cats unless they're in costume. And then the whole book, he's trying to convince them to do bad things. What does that sound like to y'all? Which, by the way, this author has come under fire, sort of like in public scrutiny, to have some kind of not so friendly child harmful themes hidden in his books. So you know what I'm trying to say? I don't want to say it because they keep demonetizing me. Every time I want to talk about something juicy, they're like, nope, we're not going to let you do that. Anywho, Dr. Seuss has long been known to have racial stereotypes in his book. He was infamous for drawing the Japanese with slanted eyes and puffy cheeks, and the Chinese with chopsticks, and the blacks looking like monkeys. So, is this cancel culture, or is the world becoming more conscious of it? I don't know. You let me know. But let's talk about this. On the CDC site, that is the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, they have Preparedness 101. If you put in the search bar for zombie apocalypse will pop up, okay? And it's been on the site for a number of years. Allegedly, supposedly, they're telling us by using the allegory of flesh-eating zombies taking over the world, they want to show you how to prepare for emergencies, okay? So kind of better safe than sorry. So why would our government think this was the only way they can get through to us to prepare for an emergency, you know, of the natural disaster kind? Or is it that they want to get your mind used to the fact that you are zombies, that all of this medicine and food is turning you into a zombie, and probably the way the world is going to end is because there's going to be a zombie invasion going on from them tampering with Mars, and that's what's going to destroy most of the people. I would like to call this in other news when they think we are stupid, okay? It says, okay, get an emergency plan, right? Identify where all of your local Red Cross chapters are. Yeah, because I want to go give blood. No, vampires. Then they're saying, like, pick a meeting spot, which is good information. Get your emergency contacts and plan a route, because when zombies are hungry, they won't stop until they get food. For example, brains, which means you need to get out of town. Isn't that crazy? It actually reads, if zombies did start roaming the streets, CDC would conduct an investigation, much like any other disease outbreak. Yes, you see what they're telling you there? Disease outbreak, zombie. Make the connection, people. This is what they're trying to do to us. You know, nobody likes to admit that this transhumanism thing is taking over the world, okay? I'm sorry, I'm going to go on record and say I do not believe that trans people should be playing in female sports. You have an advantage over us, ma'am, okay? Physically, you are much more usually aggressive and stronger. Why is China trying to convince us that these runners are actually women and allowing them to compete? It blows my mind. It blows my mind. I have nothing against anyone that wants to change anything about themselves. But don't try to tell me that this is fair to women who are trying their best to compete in a sport where you are now allowing men that are now women to compete, but nothing has changed on the physical end of their makeup. Their genetic makeup is still the same. And you're trying to make believe. I just can't, y'all. And see, it's hard to report this kind of stuff and not be offensive to someone. And I'm trying to be PC as much as I can, but this is not okay. The way this world is going is not okay. Funny part to this, I am not sure if these are trans women or these are just men that China is pretending are women. Do you get the difference? Tell me down below what you think about this story. Okay, so Amazon changed their logo. Apparently, people are saying that the image that you see with the smiley face and the mustache that looks like the top of a brown paper bag, it is actually Hitler's mustache, and people were offended. And you know we are living in cancel culture. So that means they had to change it. So Amazon ended up changing it to this like blue flap with the smiley face. But the most interesting part of this story was actually two things. There is a alternate history about what happened with the Nazis, okay? That Hitler, in fact, did not commit suicide, that he escaped and he was living in Australia. I was about to say, the continent that no one is allowed to go on. I don't know why that came to my mind all of a sudden. Anyway, they're saying he never died via suicide, okay? He didn't go to Antarctica, Charlene. They're saying he went to Australia, I think, and lived in obscurity there. But there is a thought or a theory that Hitler actually was trying to save the world, and he was not trying to conduct mass genocide. He was actually trying to save us from aliens. I know, it's a little crazy. Well, that's just one of those theories y'all have to look up for yourself to see how that alternative ending played out. But what's more interesting to me about this Amazon story is that the Amazon smiley face, it doesn't even look like a mouth with an upturned, corner. It actually looks like a penis, and I'm not sure why no one's offended by that. Whether you believe we live in an alternative universe where the World War III didn't quite happen the way that we were taught, it's up to you. But one thing I do know that there is something called Operation Paperclip, which was a secret program that the Joint Intelligence Objectives Agency carried out by allowing lots of German scientists, engineers, and technicians to come into the Americas, and they were given good government jobs. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think, as always, and y'all have a great weekend. Shrimp Bretzy.